Hey, this is Zero at ReviewZoneHD. I'm bringing you guys my first impressions of Saints Row 3. I just picked this up about 2 hours ago. I played the first 45 minutes of the game, and so far so good. The first thing I want to talk about or focus on is actually the controls, which is what you're watching here as far as the gunplay controls. And you know, some games, I hate to keep comparing this game to Grand Theft Auto, but you know, it is like Grand Theft Auto type game. I didn't really like the controls in Grand Theft Auto. I didn't like the gunplay either. This one actually, it almost feels like you're playing a dedicated third-person shooter like Uncharted or SOCOM or something. The way the crosshair moves, the way your character moves, everything's real fluid, everything's real tight. You don't feel stiff, the controls don't feel stiff. And I know some of you guys watching are probably like, who cares about the controls that much? Well, when you're going to be shooting people as much as you're probably going to be shooting people in this game, controls are going to play a big factor in how much fun you can have with the game. If you don't have very good controls, you might not have as much fun with the game. The graphics are all over the top. I mean, everything's real bloody and gory, which is the way it was meant to be. The story in this game, well, you know, I didn't play the first two Saints Rows, so I didn't know anything about it, and starting off, this game kind of picks up where the last one left off. And you know, for someone like me that didn't play the last one, the story certainly wasn't as interesting when you first start up. And on top of that, the story is kind of really cliche and just, to be honest, not that interesting, at least in the first hour of the game. I don't know if it's going to get a lot better, or if there's going to be a twist or a turn or a plot line, you know, something that's going to change to where it's actually going to snag my interest. But basically, when you first start off, you're basically, I think you're in the last game, I would assume, now I don't know for sure, but I assume you take over this city, and on this game, this gang or syndicate actually takes it from you, and now your job is to take it back or just kill everybody in the process, one way or the other. And that's kind of your storyline that you get. But the action sequences in this game, like right here, I'm going to end up flying through this airplane window and I'm going to kill a couple people and then blow up the plane. I mean, everything's really over the top in this game, which is a good thing, because if you're like me and you got bored with Grand Theft Auto, this might actually keep your attention all the way through, because you know, there's just so much to do in this game. And another thing that I noticed or enjoyed was the actual menu on this game is all done through your little phone, and it looks kind of like an iPhone. It's really bright, it's colorful. Your character does level up, but you know, just looking at the starting abilities that you can choose from or unlock, I mean, it looks kind of gimmicky. It might actually play a big role in the game, but it doesn't look like it's going to be too in-depth as far as the leveling up system on here goes. But with a game like this, you know, you don't really expect too much of a level up system anyways. Now, as far as co-op play goes, I didn't get the chance to actually play online co-op, but just playing with my computer-controlled artificial intelligence, it was actually a lot of fun. Like at one point here in the video, I'm going to end up getting into a Humvee, and my computer-controlled teammate actually gets into the gun, and we just kind of ride around shooting people. And it seems like if you were playing online, you could have a lot of fun just tearing up the city doing stuff like that. Now right here, obviously I'm driving this car, and one thing I noticed with the cars in this game is they all feel very different. I drove like 4 or 5 different cars. The controls felt very good. Like that white car that I was in, it would stop on a dime, whereas some of the other ones would kind of come to a slow stop or a slide. They did add a drift button, so you can kind of drift around corners, so that's kind of neat. Now, one thing I did notice with the cars, when I would run into stuff like at a high rate of speed, the impact to my car wasn't really realistic, I guess you'd say. Like, it was almost like I was driving a school bus or a tank or something when I would hit something, because like the other car would just go flipping or flying, and mine would just keep on riding like I bumped into it. So that aspect I'm not too sure about, but again, this game's kind of focused on just high intense sequences, so I guess they don't want to slow you down with having to, you know, get out and get a new vehicle because you're running into stuff. Right here I'm picking up a riot shield, and just the starting weapons on this game, I looked at, you know, your starting weapons. When you first start the game off, you have a few to choose from. There's like a shotgun, a Uzi, a pistol, and I think it was an AK or something. But the weapons feel very, very different. They sound good, they handle good, and you know, I really don't have any complaints with the weapons. The weapons seem like they're going to be a lot of fun on here. And just here in a second, I'm going to show you guys another mission sequence where I'm actually firing missiles down at these tanks and vehicles trying to protect these helicopters. And then after that, the final sequence in this video, I'm actually going to be riding in a helicopter shooting, I think it was a, what was it, a machine gun or something? I'm not sure. It was some type of heavy machine gun that I'm using to shoot down other helicopters. So, you know, it just seems like this game was built to be fun, and it is fun. So, for you guys wondering if this game's worth picking up or not, well, I would probably say if you're going to have other friends actually playing the game, then definitely go pick it up. I think playing online co-op would be a lot of fun with another person, but if you're planning on playing it by yourself, I think it's really going to depend on if you enjoyed the last Saints Row or if you just want a mindless amount of fun to play through. Not that this game doesn't have any strategy in it, because I'm sure it does, but you know, it's definitely geared for just running around blowing stuff up type deal. But anyways, that's all I got as far as the commentary on this, and I may bring some more Saints Row videos. I haven't decided yet because I am focusing on Skyrim right now. And that's pretty much all I got. This is Zero at ReviewZoneHD, and I'll be bringing you guys more soon.
What you guys waiting for?
Feels good to kick ass.
There's gonna be enough room for this shit, right?
Oh,